And that's the solution. So what I'm going to need, I'm going to see move, to show me the walk, the trot. Compare if you want. If I need to, oh boy, if I need to see something specific, I will ask you. So the problem when they do that, the skull push on the cervical vertebra backward, and that makes the base of the neck go down. So usually when they do this type of reaction, alternative flexion, lateral bending of the pole, that's the way to go. Also, he tends to work, the back work isometric, he cannot freeze it. So he should use it more, and he cannot freeze the back. And that's why, so the hand leg don't engage a lot. He touch the ground. The hand leg, when they come under, they are first what is called the braking phase. They decelerate the body. They resist gravity and inertia. And then after what is called the peak vertical, they push the body forward. Where he engaged the hand leg is literally on the peak vertical. Therefore, he does not have the decelerating phase. The decelerating phase is interesting because that's where they store energy for the pushing phase. So, which means he tends to travel more with lateral bending of the vertebral column than longitudinal flexion. So that's one thing we need to improve. Can you show me the trot? You can do rising trot. Yeah, he does the same at the trot. He kind of freeze a little the neck or slow the cadence, that's too fast. Yeah, slow the tempo. Don't go that fast. Slow the trot. But I'm going to need to see, can you show me how we bend right and left? So put him on a figure 8, right, left, several times. I need to see how he bends right and left. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and then slow the cadence. We go too fast. Yeah, and then make it smaller. Make the figure eight very small. I need to see how we bend. Yeah, make it smaller. Very small. I need to see the bend. So smaller shortcut. Yeah. Yes. And then left, but very small. So on the left, he basically done bend. And then he became asymmetric on the right arm leg. On the right, he bent a little. Therefore, it must be a rotation. Now do a small right turn. Yeah, to the right. Show me the bend on the right. Okay, you go back to walk. You know how fast, Ferry, you have start how fast again. Ferry, you know how to play a bit more to the right, keep it move. And therefore with the hand, you flash the pole to the right. The hands are not going to bend the thoracic vertebra. What bend the thoracic vertebra is your pelvic. But the neck is going to be in line, so you place the neck in the same bend than the thoracic vertebra. So between your thigh, that's where the bend is created, thoracic vertebra. But the cervical needs to be in line with the thoracic. Therefore, the bend you get between your thigh, it's a bend you try to create on the neck. And then, as you turn your pelvic to the right, make the circle smaller. Yeah, keep the hand relatively low, keep active, and then make the circle smaller. Therefore, face right. No. But remember, you need to have your pelvic and your shoulder facing right, not your head. So your pelvic and your shoulder face right. You feel your seat, you don't feel your head. Therefore, we learn to look at the center of the circle. It's an error. Look at the rock. Turn with the pelvic. Yeah, keep it moved. And you try to make the circle smaller. Keep your hand relatively low. Keep the pole right. Yeah, and make the circle smaller. So face right more. To the pole right. Well, then, by increasing the tone of your abdominal muscles, keep the hand quiet, the pole right. Increase the tone of your abdominal muscles and you will slow down the walk a little, but make the circle smaller. But then, the way he does it, he doesn't bend. He just turns like a boat, he doesn't bend. Therefore, you can help him like that. Put him on a smaller circle. And then every time you engage the right arm leg, you feel that in your glute on the right side. When you engage the right arm leg, it is down, down, down. So you can feel in your glute on the right side, in your seat, you can feel the engagement on the right arm leg. But every time he's going to engage the right arm leg, push with the calf of your right leg. Like if you want to put the right arm leg in the footprint of the left foreleg. But he drag you to the outside. He already drag you on a circle bigger than what you want. Therefore, turn the shoulder to the right. So turn the pelvic to the right more. Yeah, face right. Yeah. Therefore, face me. Face me. Yeah, face me. Face me, face me, face me. Yeah. Keep your body in your hand around me. Face me. Yeah. So, yeah. So you control the shoulder like that. As you control the shoulder, yeah, keep facing. Okay. Very slow. That's the tone of your body, the pole right. Yeah. As you control the shoulder, like that, stay there, very slow. Then with the right leg, every time you engage the right arm leg, so you move the pole right. Every time you engage the right arm leg, push it. Put the right arm leg in the footprint of the left foreleg. But you feel as soon as you do that, it drags you to the outside. Therefore, face me more. That's it. Compensate. But don't do it with the hands. If you do it with the hands, you are going to have the opposite effect. Let me show you that. You will understand. The outside hands create the problem it's supposed to fix. Okay? Il bend here, not there. You feel it drag you to the outside, and then you push to the right. If you do that, he's going to put his nose to the left. Okay? And you can feel that. Put your hand steady there, and imagine your hand are the horse mouth. And I'm going to put with my finger, do what you do with your hand. I'm going to push the reins toward the bit, and you feel it pull. Okay? Therefore, when you do that, thinking to control the shoulder, his nose does that, this way, he turns this way, and because the cervical vertebrae are like a figure S, when you turn his nose this way, in the footprint of the left foreleg, the shoulder here, turn the pelvic, the shoulder follow me there, and then the right leg, and the nose to the right. And at one moment, as you do that, he's going to feel softer, so keep the pole to the right, and then face me, and then push with the right leg, and then put your hand, the right hand on the base of the neck. So put your hand there. So when he pull against himself. Okay? So if he pull on the reins, push the hand on the way there. And keep your hand there, and keep the left one very soft. As you ask him to engage the right leg, at one moment, it's going to become softer on your right hand. Okay? So let's go. We go on a small circle. You put your right hand on the base of the neck. You stay steady in your body, right hand shorter, and put your hand on the neck. So when he pull on you, you push on the neck, much easier. He will pull against himself. So yeah, put pressure on the neck. Put your hand on the neck, it's much easier. Take the rein shorter, and then put pressure on the neck. And then turn the shoulder with your pelvic, not your head, your pelvic. And then the right leg. So turn the shoulder on a smaller circle and push with the right leg. Now look at the horse. And then turn the shoulder and push with the right leg. So you push there, and your hands, there. You see that? When he does that, then he bends. So you feel longitudinal. That's the way you feel bend, because when they bend, they rotate and they lift. Okay? That's how we are going to teach him to bend. The adduction of the right leg is going to create the bend. We are going to do that at the trot, but I want to show you something. Because you turn your hand, give me a finger for like that. Okay, this one, no. And then I became tonic with my back. You feel? And then something. Tonic, something. Tonic, you feel my back. Okay, back. So I became tonic with my back there, and I turn my head. Then you don't feel me. Okay? I bring my head back. Now you feel my back. Okay? My back was tonic all the time. But if I turn my head, you don't feel me. If I bring my head, you feel me. If I move my legs on the base of the neck, you shorten the circle facing right. Don't look right, face right. Yeah. You feel your seat, you don't feel your head. And then smaller circle, pull right. Smaller circle, slower. Well, now push the right on leg there. The right on leg toward the left foreleg, but push the shoulder to the right. Yes, and you push right leg and shoulder. Right, rein steady, slow. Right leg, shoulder, and then it's going to give you the flexion of the back. The back will become more round. So you don't pull, you keep your hand on the base of the neck, and then pull right, until the back becomes soft. Or slow the walk, turn your pelvic, push the right arm leg, keep your right hand steady. Yes. You feel that? Yeah. At the trot, we are going to do exactly the same. Okay? Because we go very slow, it's not going to be that uncomfortable. But at one moment, when he's going to give you that, what he just do there, okay? When he's going to give you that at the trot, You observe what you get there, it's a band. But what you feel, it's a lift. Okay? That's normal because band is a rotation is a lift. No. At the trot, when he's going to do that, the trot is going to become more comfortable. Instead of suffering at the trot, you are going to be able to sit a comfortable trot. Okay? Now, make the circle smaller, take the rein shorter, slow the walk, and then pick up the trot, and then with your right leg, you ask him to put his right leg in the footprint of his left foreleg. But in the same time, you keep the forelegs on a small circle. So place his nose to the right. You should see the corner of his right eye. Good. Well, now you pick up the trot. The pole right, small circle, slower trot. Open the chest, keep the legs on, but slow trot, rein shorter, smaller circle. So now you push with the right leg, there, yes. And the trot is going to become more square, more comfortable. Yeah. So keep push right, a circle smaller. Don't let the reins become too long. Put your hand on the base of the neck, steady your back, and then push with the right leg, there, every stride, until the trot calm down. When he's going to bend, the trot is going to become square. Yeah, like that. But don't go faster. Okay? Keep steady in your back. So when he starts to give you a longer trot, don't move more. Move the same way, like that. Then you change direction. Okay? So you go from right to left. You put your left hand on the base of the neck, and we do the same on the left. So we are going to teach him by the adduction of the inside round leg to turn, to rotate the thoracic spine, and therefore to bend. The adduction of the round leg creates a rotation. The rotation creates a bend. Bend and rotation always occur together. Therefore, if you bend, you get the rotation. If you create the rotation, you get the bend. Because he's stiff. If you ask him to bend, he will say, I cannot do that. Say that, okay, give me the rotation. Then he will bend. The second you get the rotation, you get the bend. On the pole right, the right arm leg. Slow the movement. Keep the pole right. Yes. The pole right. Slow the movement. Slower. Abdominal muscles, shorter the circle, push with the right leg, put the right arm leg, make the circle smaller, turn the pelvic, good, and then push with the right leg until the right arm leg comes in the footprint of the left foreleg. Doing that, you create a rotation. The rotation is going to give you the bend, like that. Okay? When he gives you the bend, you become softer. Well, that's exactly the same phenomenon that they are going to achieve at the trot. So you pick up the trot. You keep your right hand very steady. Just the trot will do. It's a good counter, so it's something you can work. Well, make the circle smaller, take the rein shorter, put your hand on the base of the neck, turn your pelvic for a smaller circle, and in the same time, put a gentle pressure with the calf on the right leg to put his right arm leg in the footprint of his left foreleg, but make the circle smaller. And at one moment, the trot is going to change. Instead of very short, it's going to give you a longer stride. We should not be faster. Therefore, to avoid that he gives you a faster trot, make the circle smaller. So let's go back to trot. The counter is not bad. Something you can improve that. If you improve the counter, That will help. Slow the trot. Yeah. Hand shorter. Right hand on the base of the neck. Good. Slow. Now small circle. That's right. Very small circle. Turn your pelvic to the right. And then with the right leg, gently push. There, but slow. So if you speed up, make the circle smaller. Yes, keep the right hand shorter, and then push with the right leg. Right hand shorter, smaller circle, right leg, there. Yes. Yeah, the full right, yes. The trot is going to become softer, is going to plus his neck. And then he speed up, so make the circle smaller. You probably have learned to do that, with the fast forward syndrome, that's a mistake that everybody does. Yeah, that's the color, there. Teeny bit slower. Make the circle smaller, keep push with the right leg, and the cadence is going to slow down. Smaller, make the circle smaller, turn your pelvic to the right more, yeah, and push, but don't push so hard with the right leg, just a gentle touch, yeah, and then the circle smaller, yes, the pull right, smaller circle, yeah, keep contact, keep steady, push with the right leg, yeah, until he gives you a jog, a trot more comfortable. When he did it a few times, you observe he put the neck more wrong. That's what they do when the back functions. The neck comes in place. The way he reacts there, you have to understand their psychology. Horses